from. But it's definitely a strong no with that. Alright, since this is also kind of a wall, I can kind of get rid of the fence here as well. I'll get another door put here once they've got that done. I'll put a door there, because what I want to do eventually is I want to slap like an air conditioner on this spot. Probably, I think on the outer side would be better, because then it would prevent like any kind of extra work, like expansion and stuff, you know. The other thing I thought of too was I could expand all of these inwards. That would allow me not to require probably this section up the top, which I don't know what I'd do with that space then. Maybe just absolutely completely pack it out with like solar on a quad, like solar to the sides and solar to the bottom or something like that. That'd be the only other thing I could do, but I don't think that would give me enough bedrooms. I kind of want my people spaced out so they're coming from different sections of the map at all times. That's kind of the point. Otherwise, I'm kind of like locking them to like one side, and it will take them forever and a day to get out here to pick up stuff or clean things and whatever, you know. Like, there is still heaps of these mechs, which I think they're wasting away, actually. They're definitely deteriorating because they're outdoors, but people aren't bringing them in. So what I'm gonna do is say that this is now a zone, because then I'll get like a panther or something run over here and be like, oh god, there's a zone over here that I have to clear out. And just say it, nothing is allowed in it at all. Should be any weapons and stuff, but that's fine. That should clear that out, and I think there's like one spot there. I don't know if they'll actually come and pick that up ever. So I'd rather just like say this one little tile here is like, get rid of it. This is one of the easiest ways to like get them to actually move stuff. This actually has compacted steel in it. I'm gonna take the risk and let them just mine this completely away and see if that's got a roof on it or not. I doubt it. I could check, but I shouldn't have to for it. They have so much wood, I don't know if they're actually bringing that in for storage. So I've got like that area there. I can store wood. I've got a couple of little tables around the place that I can store wood. People are bringing in stuff to make food. Tantrum, yeah. Cook simple meals at this one. The other thing too is that people will be limited by whatever their cooking level is. So like simple meals aren't too bad. Like most people can make it. Some people don't have a certain height skill, and that will prevent them from using certain cooktops and shit. I want vegetarian fine meals. I want you to keep doing that forever on this one. And I will get maybe this one, add the, where is the carnivore fine meal? That one. Like, I'm not really worried about them not having enough resources for this. It's more about having somebody that has the skill level to cook the thing. A lot of people will have it. Like, somebody's making an entire fucking meal out of eggs over here. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but that's happening. And I've got a couple more benches. So basically these ones, where I was locking them to being pemmican and cook survival meals and stuff, people weren't really coming over and actually like cooking the stuff if they didn't have the skill level advanced enough for it. So people were just not making food, which is frustrating. There's a pause to move while asleep. I'm watching you, Viking. Also keeping an eye on Cat. I know that they were like watching the snow earlier and being real suspect with that snow. But yeah, I don't know. I guess if you happen to like toss and turn and stuff, I might hold on to your paws while you sleep. I don't want that to be a single meal. I want that to be multiples. I want to pack this specific one up with like everything they can possibly make so anybody can access this particular one. I'm not going to say like lavish meals and stuff. That's just kind of wasting ingredients to make them happy. Honestly, I don't have that kind of ingredient base. I'd love to let them have like fine meals. Like one of the big things is for a colony of this size, one of the things that people seem to be really surprised about is that I'm not shoving nutrient paste down everybody's throats at all times as like a quick and easier option to feed them, or cannibalizing everybody, which you'd think would be like the fastest option. But with a colony of this size, if people are pissed off, they're really pissed off. Like if we get to a point where we actually have food surplus, I will start making like lavish shit. But until then, I start seeing stuff like that, like I'm not going to do it. I don't want these in with the cooking stuff either, but I'm having to kind of make do. Like if I wanted to, I could have like this huge double cooking area. I could make that like one massive storage, and I could have like big butchering tables and stuff. But I don't want to limit their food storage either, because when we go to harvest, the panthers and stuff are going to bring in massive amounts of food up in here, and they'll put it wherever, and it'll take a person to actually like sort that into a pile, unfortunately. I have a bit of my water. Hold on. I also have like bolts of stuff up here. Oh, it's sheep's wool that they want for it. I have blue fur and stuff getting stored here, but I don't actually know if I have sheep. Do I have any? I did that. Sheep's wool. No, I don't. I thought I made some of these out of blue fur. I've got a couple of sheep's wool. That one's not going to get remade. Seahorse is being a sad wanderer. I apparently need to cough. That's a bit better. I was very slowly, like, getting a progressively more irritated throat. I know it sounds terrible, but it'll clear up. It'll be fine. Yeah, to do laundry. That's fair. I kind of want to put on a couple of things for tomorrow night's stream so that I've got, like, very specific warm clothing. Because I get really cold when I sit still for a long time. And sometimes I can spend a long time drawing, you know. I realize where they're walking in, and I kind of want to swap over where the dining is. It would be so much fucking work to swap that over, because like I had it all like on half, but they're storing all the cooked meals over here. I'm guessing some of them will come over here eventually, but they are walking over to tables and shit wherever there's a chair. I just need to get more plasteel, which I wish I could dig for, but I actually have to go and search for it. We've got that searching, and I don't really want to go out during winter, but eventually I'll get a quest to go and do it, you know. What is that? The item stash, unknown threat. I don't think there was anything super worth it there. The funny thing is, this is like the longest I've gone without like leaving my base for a while. Like it's just been nuts for ages. There's also more trees to harvest too, so I'm going to do that. I actually like to harvest like a shit ton of trees because it normally gives me something to trade. But at the moment, coming into winter, I need it for like all the wood fires. Mind you, I have lots and lots of stuff. What I might do... No, I can't put a stockpile out there. Damn it. That's reliant on like thrombos and stuff bringing that inside, I'm pretty sure. It could have them connect. If I allow my thrombos to walk up and in through here, they might bring it inside. Like, they might. They also might just get lazy. So, I don't know. I'll allow them to. I'll let them bring it up. It's not going to bring them up into, like, a wood area. I might have to say that here for a little bit will be a wood stockpile. And I should see them bring it in about here. Obviously, it's outside. It's going to deteriorate. So it's not great. But if I can get them to bring it up here, it'll give my thrombos something that they can do. Because they can all do hauling, right? They can reach out here. Yeah, they can get all the way down to bottom. Like, that one looks like they're going for some stuff, maybe. That should bring them in. And where is my Megasloths? Megasloths can come through here too. If I allow them in here, like, they're all trained to do hauling, right? So they should bring stuff in. I hope. It doesn't always work that way. Sometimes they will, sometimes they won't. They'll come through there. And I have noticed them getting in and around here, which is kind of fine in case they want to, like, eat shits in here. But I think that they're meat eaters exclusively. The food binge Ellie. Body purist squeamish. Look, I'm pretty sure she came to us with like body modded. So like she's always gonna have issues. Alright. We've got fires in all of these. They're all warm. The only thing is my lights aren't on, but they should work during the day. And this growing plus this growing should give us food throughout winter, I hope. If I could get this one place up in here, which it looks like we got a roof. If I could get this sealed in and I could get grow lights in here, we might actually have something cooking through winter. We might survive if we don't have like everything just go down, like power and stuff go down. So we'll see. Let me get a sunlight in here. Yeah, this is going to take me a few. I kind of want, if it's to there, I sort of want it to be about here somewhere. I know it overlaps on the side and that's not the greatest thing, but I won't have to do it for that corner. I don't really like straws. Look, I hate Monday straws. They're kind of shit. You get like this, I can't put it there. You get like this kind of like crappy kind of straw that disintegrates before you like get to finish drinking whatever it is. I always feel like it's a challenge to me. Is it like a sensory thing? Or, because yeah, my biggest thing with the straws of like modern day is that they, I don't know, they kind of fall apart in use, which is always frustrating. I kind of miss plastic straws. I understand why we don't have plastic straws and whatnot, but I wish in a sense that we could have like a half decent alternative to it. Would be nice. The modern day straws are awful. They really are. Like, you know, most straws are kind of like, for the most part, single use, but it's, I think that they could do a little bit better to kind of make at least like the part that you connect your mouth to not feel so horrible. Like silicone straws are pretty gnarly. If you actually have a look at like how bacteria lives in those things after you've cleaned them and stuff, they're pretty awful. Metal ones require you either manually washing them or kind of like being able to throw them through a dishwasher to kind of heat them enough. Like wooden straws fall apart if you don't wash them properly and also carry bacteria pretty well. And mostly just like the mouth texture on all of them are pretty awful. Like I don't mind metal straws for the mouth texture. It's not the worst thing because we used to have like really cold milkshakes and shit have metal straws. But yeah, I kind of wish that like even if there was just like the tiniest fucking amount of plastic that's just like the amount that you put your lips on or something, like that would just be nice because it sucks that like straws disintegrate when you're trying to like drink something over time, but like the texture sensation and stuff for drinking beverages is like kind of gone in the bin. I thought I'd take that moment to have a drink of water myself. These straws I like are those swirly straws because I like seeing the water go around in circles. See, I don't mind like hard plastic straws. Those aren't too bad. Like I would collect the shit out of those. Like I'd do the same thing as like, you know, the fancy cups you can get from like certain takeaway stores and stuff. Like I would collect them and I'd wash them and reuse them and shit. And yeah, eventually they would stop working. Eventually they'd wear down from like being washed repetitively so many times. But like it would take me a lot longer. It would be kind of like a Tupperware straw basically. Like I would keep cleaning that thing, you know. And it would actually kind of have the same kind of mouthfish feel as like a standard straw. I'd like that. I don't like plastic straws as well because I prefer without. See, I grew up with plastic straws, so I kind of like, part of the sensation of having a drink is not tasting the straw. And not like texturally feeling the straw when you're drinking and stuff. So it's kind of like, it's a weird thing to me. But obviously, like I said, I understand why like the world's moving away from it. It's just, I'm so fucking adapted to them myself, like growing up with it. It's just a weird, very sudden change. You lot, can I get you to rescue fur, please? Let's try like the swirly straws. I actually used to have swirly straws when I was a kid growing up, honestly. They were kind of fun. Mind you, they were kind of thicker too, so it was a lot easier to clean them, which was nice. Yeah, why there's such a big focus on straws is they're mostly single use, but it is such a niche area to reduce plastic waste. Why don't they make fishing nets out of biodegradable stuff? I don't know. I'm not going to get deep into a topic about like fucking saving the world and what we should be doing and stuff like that. People are like making efforts and that's great and stuff, but like, yeah, I'm not going to go into like the depths of the topic. I have opinions on it. Everybody does. But I don't know. I think the main thing with it was that apparently it gets stuck in like nostrils and throats and stuff like that. But like a lot of stuff does bad things like that. Fuck, this area is absolutely goddamn destroyed. I must have everybody having tantrums up here. Like, holy shit. Straws for me is not my cup of tea. Whether plastic or not, I just want to drink without. And it's also slushy or just some kind of cream. Give me a spoon. Now, see, I don't mind like the straws because you got to think like, well, not everybody feels this way, but like if I'm driving, for instance, I don't want to be trying to bring a cup up to my face and potentially blocking some of my perspective while I'm driving. I also just generally for most drinks, I have got the issue of like, I've got a large chest. So whenever I'm like seated and stuff, like depending on how tall the cup is or whatever, like it sometimes gets in the way. So a straw I can hold away from my body, which is nice. I should be able to launch these pods actually. Yeah, I don't know. I have various opinions about this, and I kind of feel like it's one of those topics where nobody's going to have like a unanimous like happy thought about it. Like we all kind of just hate it collectively in different ways. I also got TVs from like taking down those traders too, which I should go and put up so my people can use them. I should move the these ones to hospital. Let's move these. Actually, no, let's move them specifically. Because if I don't move them, my people won't actually move them somewhere. If I could only get like 2 beds out of it, no matter how I'd want to do it. It's like, I might as well put it like that. And I'll bring the other TV down for it. And we'll have you get TVs there. Alright, so we'll have TVs in the hospital, which will make them happy, at least while they're recovering. And I think I could probably bring another one up here. Did I get Mega Screen? How much space does this take up? 3. Yeah, I could put that between it. I want multiples of these Mega Screen ones. I think it's best not to worry about such things. Like, I do understand the changes are annoying and such, but I do think that it takes time to get used to it. I also agree with that too. It does take time to adjust to anything, and humans are quite adaptable, so once people have adjusted, it's kind of like, whatever. There'll be a whole generation of people that are coming up with that as their standard norm, and they won't think of anything different. When they think of, like, using a straw and stuff, it will be how it always was to them. I think of stuff like that. And I'm like, that's probably a good thing, because, like, you know, if whatever it was wasn't great, and it ceases to be a thing, and I continue to grow older and shit changes again because somebody thought of something better, cool. Like, yeah. I'm sure there'll be a different change sometime in the future again with it, you know, eventually. Yeah, straw is superior for anything with ice in it. I also agree with that. I agree if you've got like icy drinks, like for instance, slush puppies for me are a big thing where it's like I don't really want to be trying to suck syrup out of a drink that's like freezing my mouth like point blank while I'm trying to drink it. Yeah, from purely a functional point of view. Yeah, no, I understand. I get it. Let's put a couple more of those there. I might actually be able to close this in from both directions, actually, on this one. This bedroom here is going to end up super, super heated. Honestly, that's not the worst. Like, I could build it in a couple more. I'm kind of thinking about doing that. I don't want it to be in so far, but like I'm not losing much. I'm not really like there's area over there I can't use and I do want to use down here, but I kind of got to fix this and it's not going to give me super. What is this doing out here? I need that to uninstall and that one to, if that's not going somewhere, I need that to uninstall as well. I'll put 3 beds into like storage for the moment. And this one's got to get destroyed. Let's save that. I'm going to have to sort out how to do more beds and stuff. I think we've got enough beds to have everybody sleeping inside, I think. I think that these video game updates, like, oh no, they changed the red shirt to blue. I think people get over it at some time, or at least it does for me. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Is people will kind of like adjust to it and get over it eventually. But it doesn't stop people from having opinions and disliking things in the meantime. Everybody's always going to have opinions and dislike things when things change. Because like, especially because a lot of people don't feel like they have any control over anything that is changing in and around them in the world. So it can sometimes be an unpleasant shock when something changes suddenly. It's fine too. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it would be kind of cool if there was a sense of like a global announcement that's like, hey, we're going to change straws in the next like 60 years or something. How do you feel about this? And this is like the legit reasons why, and that'd be cool. Because then at least everybody fucking knows that it's coming and happening and stuff, you know, instead of just, oh, one day there's no longer this. Yeah, update patch. Like, I can't imagine that it's that difficult. If they have like local notifications of like, you have this mega storm warning happening or something like that, it's like, is it not possible for local government to be like, hey, we're going to completely phase out plastic straws in the next 10 years? I'm sure it's probably in like electoral shit or something, right? I'm sure there's something there that I just don't take the time to read, and I'm not going to go into that stuff, like not into any kind of electoral political shit, but like, yeah, there's definitely, it's somewhere, and it's somewhere I'm not looking in general as a general person to kind of learn this shit, you know? I think I've got a roof over this. It's funny, so when you start driving... What? So when you start driving, that'll be like a DLC. That'd be pretty funny. It's like, it kind of is, though, because you gotta go and, like, you gotta get your stats up enough to be able to, like, apply for the DLC. And then once you've got your DLC, you've got your license to potentially drive, and then you got to also pay for your car skin as well. You got to get yourself a car skin, like, you know, that kind of thing. It's just so, that would be such a morbid thing. It's like, oh man, you got such a crummy car skin. It's like, why would you even get that? Like, yeah, I could see that. I could see that being a thing. I should actually make some of these chairs in here limestone. I'm gonna commit to that for the moment, because we just don't have plasteel and we need chairs. So I want them to have nice chairs, but they need chairs for the moment. And something is better than nothing. Oh, I apparently can't make that. I have 10,000 in silver. Let's make some silver dining chairs and poker table chairs and stuff. We've got coin for this. We should at least get a couple of tables up here so that people can play games and shit. Is that a couple of these? Oh, it sounds super silly, but it isn't wrong. It kind of isn't wrong. You're right. It's funny though. Get a couple there. I'm just gonna start putting like some random minimums in here so at least people can sit down and eat. I'm gonna put a couple on the ones closest to where they're getting the food from. I'm hoping that maybe they'll go and get food and sit at a table if it's nearby. I don't really want these all to be silver. This is gonna absolutely suck the silver out of this colony, but that will do for the moment. Not everywhere has a chair, and I'm gonna fill in the gaps with like the rest of this is plasteel ones, and hopefully in the future, if they destroy it, because they like destroying high value items, by the way. So if somebody has a tantrum they're much, much more likely to walk over to something that's silver or gold or jade or whatever and absolutely destroy it than they are something lower value. So this is actually kind of almost tactical to keep them away from shit. What are you saying wait for? What are you telling me wait for? Let's throw more chairs down here. There we go. Because there are also tantrums in Dwarf's Fortress. Yeah. There's tantrums in this, and there's also... I didn't play Dwarf Fortress all that much, so I can't confirm, like, the tantrums in Dwarf Fortress, but in RimWorld, people can tantrum for all kinds of things. They can be hungry, they can be hurt, they can sleep outside, they can sleep in an uncomfortable bed, they can sleep in a barracks, they can be in too dark of a space, they can be hungry, wearing crappy clothes, whatever, and they'll tantrum. And when they tantrum, they'll break shit. And they tend to like to break whatever is really high value in the area, I've noticed. They will break other stuff, but they seem more likely to break the important shit, is what I've noticed. I was wondering if tantrums in this game can also cause them to throw cheese. No. I'm sure there's a mod for that, though. I'm sure somebody actually has a mod so that they are capable of throwing cheese if they so desire. But that's hilarious. That's really funny. Yeah, these rooms are now actually the same temperature as the hallways, which is great. That means that those bedrooms will be insulated. These bedrooms, we're working on it. We're getting there. Those ones should be. Fortress is wild. It's too much for me. Fun to watch, though. You know, I gave it a short crack when I started streaming. I got gifted Dwarf Fortress, and I gave it a go, but I didn't really know how to play the game, and it was like a really, really steep learning curve to learn how to play the game. And unfortunately, I seemed to attract like a really, really overly enthusiastic, kind of hateful community towards my streams. And sort of what I sort of mean by that is like the people that were like super passionate about the games and about me like playing it, a lot of them did really just enjoy watching me struggle, fail, and die a lot, and they would give me helpful advice to help murder my colony. So I wasn't actually getting like constructive help in learning how to play it. The few people that were really insanely great people, like they were lovely, but there was just such a small group in amongst such a toxic group that I had encountered. And the more toxic people that were like being like assholes basically in between the Dwarf Fortress streams, because as you guys know, I play multiple different games, right? Between those streams, they would harass me and my community about like playing Dwarf Fortress and stuff like that. So if I wasn't playing Dwarf Fortress, they'd basically just a whole stream of just hateful shit towards me and anybody that was watching me, and like demanding that I play Dwarf Fortress, so I stop, and then I start playing Dwarf Fortress, and it was horrible. So like I didn't get very far with the game, and I didn't have much incentive to want to play the game or learn how to play the game. I sure as fuck didn't want to play it on stream. I do get asked occasionally if I'd play it, and the answer is no, because unfortunately what I encountered was so fucking overwhelming. Like I was such a tiny channel, like I barely had like 50 people on YouTube, and I would have had probably about like 30 or 40 on Twitch, and I had hundreds of people collectively coming and just passing through all stream, just harassing me. And I'm like, it would have been a super popular game if I could have figured out how to play it. Like that would have been a fantastic niche for anybody that was interested in getting into streaming and being huge. But that also wasn't how I was choosing to stream either. I was just kind of like being chill and just being here and existing and stuff. So, you know, that was not fun for me or my community. And I don't tolerate like hateful shit. So yeah, basically everybody that was hateful had to go. And some people were a little bit more covert about how much they hated me playing anything other than Dwarf Fortress. And it took me a little bit longer to kind of spot them and weed them out, but they're all gone now, all of them. The only couple of people that I have left that knows that I played it, maybe have seen it, are the good ones. are the actually like really, really nice people that were like really supportive and constructive and helpful and stuff, legitimately so, that wanted to help me learn because they were excited that somebody else was learning how to play Dwarf Fortress.